That's all. Hey, what's going on, Baltimore? Get this right. What's up, Israel? We the Isupkbmore coming out of One West. You know what I'm saying? Al-Azhar gonna be a little late, so I'm gonna take over the class until he get here. You understand me? It's a lot going down, especially in this country, man. It's a whole lot going down. Whole lot going down with voting. Whole lot going down with these disgusting holidays, man. It's a lot going down. But what we need to be concentrating on is the reality of black life, man, and what's going on with us right now. We gotta goddamn be a little bit more selfish. You understand me? Because look. Check this out. We're not going to get anywhere voting. We went over that class several times. UPK has done a billion classes on this, showed a billion scriptures on this. We're not going to get anywhere voting. We cannot get out of this predicament voting. Your vote isn't worth anything. It's not a commodity that can be exchanged for something. Like when people say we need to vote our issues. No president has ever gotten in the White House by having a mandate to do something for black people, ever. That's why Barack Obama said absolutely nothing about the predicament or situation of black people, and did not deal with not one goddamn issue at all dealing with black people. Because your vote ain't worth a goddamn thing, man. All right? Somebody can say, well, I'm going to do this and that for black people when I get in office. And when they get in and they don't do it, then what? Well, I'm going to vote for somebody else. So the hell what? The country was built to exploit black people as a commodity. It was not designed for you to have, for you to be anywhere near on the top or to own anything. For real. And the laws in the Constitution are so ambiguous and written so loosely that the law works in different ways for different sets of people. And this is exactly how they designed it. And in order to make this work for us, the first thing we got to do is come together. But they've destroyed our social cohesiveness, our ability to come together and build. Because it's always some stupid little point somebody got to make. It's always some dumb that we got to turn our backs on each other, man. We got to come together in the Lord. We got to follow in his ways. That's the only way we getting out of this. Our ticket for getting out of this predicament, this slavery, this oppression, was written in a book thousands of years ago. All right, we're going to bring it out. What's up, brother?
No, I just hold the book up there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. It was written in that book. And we're gonna bring it out tonight. We're going to show what we need to do to get out of this predicament, man. And really, it's self-explanatory. Because we don't own anything, because we don't have the resources to produce anything, we, as Black people, we don't produce or manufacture anything from its raw state. We simply don't. We've invented a lot of ways to do that. We invented manufacturing. We were deep in the industrial age, and a lot of things that come from the industrial age. When they talk about the real McCoy, you talking about steam engines and lubrications, man. That's the only way to make a modern day engine, is to lubricate the moving parts. The real McCoy understood that. This man made parts, especially off of steam engines, that white folks wouldn't even buy. You understand? So we have the innovation to be ahead of every other race on the earth, but we've lost our ability to come together because we trying to love everybody instead of loving ourselves. And that's why we always last. That's why we always die. That's why we always want to go into the societies of other nations and deal with their culture. That's why we out there celebrating Christmas and dying. There's more people died in Baltimore over these past couple of days than was goddamn damn near dying all year. 7 people got shot in front of some goddamn hookah lounge trying to celebrate Christmas. 2-3 people got shot in West Baltimore last night and killed. I think we on the road to being the deadliest year in about 25 years here in Baltimore. Damn near 400 murders in a city this small. It's ridiculous, man. That's because they have brainwashed us with their society, their filthy holidays and culture, and we've bought into it. We want to love everybody. We want to go teach the Gentiles. That's what I get on my page every stinking goddamn day. Don't forget about the go teach the Gentiles. The Gentiles that Paul was teaching were Israelites, man. These were Israelites living in the world. They were not the other nations. That is not the will of the Lord, and he has never told us to go into another nation and preach nothing. Our people are scattered all on the earth in different nations, living as those people. There are Black people in France, Black people in Jamaica, Black people in Russia, Black people in Illinois, Baltimore, New York, all over the damn country. These are the people the Lord is saying to bring back to him. How the hell are you talking about going to teach other nations when there's 400 murders a year right here in Baltimore? Stupidity, man. Lord told us to come together. Give me Deuteronomy 7:3, brother.
Yes, sir.
This thing was written in the Bible thousands of years ago, man. He told us to don't act like they do. Don't celebrate like they do. Don't make your money like they do. Don't be a filthy criminal.
I got it, sir.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Deuteronomy 7:3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Oh, they're saying don't make marriages with them. Don't make covenants with them. Make no covenants with them, man. Don't get into no type of intimate relationships with them. And goddamn sure enough, don't sleep with them, man. We got to build the bonds of black love back. They took that from us. It's the most evil thing a people can do. Take your natural affinity from each other, man. We ready to kill each other for stepping on somebody's foot, owing them $5, man. And we ready to forgive the oppressor for everything. I go online, I say, they put drugs in our community. They went out to the suburbs, took all the businesses with them, all the capital, all the money, and then put drugs back in the city and let us drown in drugs and crime. Well, black people ain't have to do the drugs. How dumb can you be? How dumb can you be? If somebody leave the cities, create a suburbs for themselves to get the hell away from us, because we study trying to integrate with them and be with them, he said, the hell, left us in the damn city, took all the resources. We had no resources to build it back up. They put the dope in, which was one of the only ways we could get enough resources. It's not wicked to, it is wicked to sell drugs and to do anything like that, but to want to live and survive and have some resources. Instead of coming together and building with each other, we were selfish enough to fall right into the trap that he put us in and kill each other.
What do you call it? Crabs in a barrel, crabs in a pot.
Yeah, crabs in a barrel. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. We come out of slavery, man, in the 1400s, owning we went into slavery in the 1400s. Then we come out of slavery and in the 1700s, I believe it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but with 1.1% of the wealth of America. 1.1%. White folks was allowing Europeans to come over here, and they would give them 100 acres of land a goddamn piece. They took that 100 acres of land and they built with each other. They enslaved us, used our labor to build their businesses into corporations and criminal conglomerates, man, and dynasty of criminalities, man. Living like emperors on the damn earth, sucking up all the wealth, sucking up all the resources. We had our labor, which was the only goddamn thing we had. We put in more labor for this country than any other race of people, but yet benefited nothing. We come out of slavery with nothing, and we built businesses, cities, towns. It was always not quite enough because they would still keep the resources from us. But what was important is that we built together as a people, together. But of course, along comes Martin Luther King, and we wanna socialize with white people. We had our own movie theaters and meat markets, but we want to go buy his meat. We sitting in a movie theater watching the same movies that they watching, but we want to sit in their movies. So what the hell you think happened to all the black businesses? When we so-called integrated, we integrated into their businesses. They took the little bit that we had built. We had a city, and a little city a part of the city that belonged to us, just like Chinese people got Chinatown, Korean people got Korean Town, Italian people got Lower Italy. We had Harlem. We had Black Wall Street. We had all of these things everywhere we went. We had a goddamn book that listed all the black places, if you was traveling, all the black businesses and places that you could go that accepted black people, man. What was it, the Green Book? I think the general went over that. We decided to give all of that up so we could go swimming in their swimming pools. So we could live beside them and say good morning. We traded commodities that we had for nothing. Now we have nothing. The wealthiest of us, of course, what? Play ball, tell jokes, run the ball, throw the ball, put on dresses and act like a damn fool on the screen. You know what that's worth? Nothing. It doesn't even last 2 generations, man. We gave up our commodities. More importantly, our social cohesiveness, our ability to come together and love one another for nothing. The answer is right here, though. Keep on.
Okay. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Well, make contracts with them, man. Don't go into them. You know why? Because when you go and marry someone out your race, you didn't have an affinity for that race.
Okay.
And it's not love. It's not love, but you don't love her. It's just something that you think is better than you. It does not enrich you. It is beneath you, and it makes you less. That's what we don't understand. I'm going to get me a snow bunny. I'm going to have you. I'm going to do that. She decreases you. Okay. Every time a rich white man, a rich black man get with some poor oppressor's daughter, she ended up taking half of everything he got. Okay. Tiger Woods is a millionaire because he was a billionaire that got himself a white woman. That's why he's a millionaire, a snow bunny. Now he's a millionaire when he was a billionaire. Go ahead, you want to say something?
Live, sir.
All right, read.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Turn away. Turn your heart away. The only way we can get close to God as a people is only through each other. That's the only way this is a black God. That Bible was written by black people. Color does matter. Race does matter. Family does matter. It's everything. I mean, goddamn, the oppressor built and controls the world on race, based upon his race. He is born with power based upon his race. He's born with the ability to move all over the earth without nobody doing a damn thing to him because of his race. You think you born with something because you a so-called American? Get kidnapped in one of them countries. Oh, they ain't worrying about you. The CIA will not be coming to rescue you, Negro. They will leave you there. They don't give a damn about coming somewhere to rescue you. Look, this is the thing. Without our social cohesiveness, our ability to come together as a race and build with each other, it puts us at an incredible disadvantage. Because we have a whole nation of people that is a majority that have come together to destroy us directly. Directly. And if you don't see that they treat each other differently from the way they treat us, you got to be a fool. Look, I was around in the 80s. I'm telling my age. I was around in the 80s. I was a teenager in the 80s. You understand? I was a teenager. I saw what happened in the black community when crack came through. When they put crack in the community, it destroyed the bonds of friendship, man. It destroyed the community as a place of safety. It destroyed us as a people. Look, we had black businesses. When you go in a corner store and you see the Koreans, the Japanese, the Arabs at the gas station, these were all black businesses. You could go up to one of those businesses as a teenager and say, I need a job. I need a job, brother. I need a job. Can you hold me down for a minute? Can I get a job with you? You would be able to do that. All right. The money in that community went towards the schools. They used to have breakfast and lunch programs where children didn't have to go to school hungry. The neighborhood, the stores in the community would support the community. Why? Because more people would move in the community, it would get bigger. The store would, of course, make more money. That's a community. The stores help the community and is able to make more revenue, build it up. The revenue stays in the black community. We're able to use it and make power moves. Now, every other nation owns those businesses. That leaves us powerless, toothless. Your vote, go to the supermarket and ask for a loaf of bread for your vote. It ain't worth nothing. It's a pipe dream. Let white folks deal with their business. Let them deal with their business. We need social cohesiveness. A goddamn neighborhood in the community where our children can grow up without getting shot, without somebody selling them some dope. I watched in the 80s as the people who were leaders in the community, people who owned businesses in the community, their children got on dope. They got on crack. Now you had the people who were leaders and pillars in the community begging 13-year-olds for a dime of crack on the arm. Then they just came in and just took all the businesses. And when they did that, brother, there was no more community. There was no more community. Nobody cared about helping each other out. Because everybody's trying to take and get what little bit they can get. Because we wanted social integration instead of something tangible, something for our children to have. Look, these immigrants were given land, like I said, 100 acres of land when they came over from Europe. Right. We were enslaved when that happened. When we got out of slavery, we weren't able to get those resources. They gobbled it all up and took it. 87% of the wealth of America is locked down. We can't even get to it. You know, there's another percentage that we are trying to kill each other to get. When instead of social integration, we should have been fighting for that which is tangible, that we can feed our damn families with. The only way we gonna do that is coming together. This was written in the book thousands of years ago. Read out.
Deuteronomy 7:4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
Look, you celebrating this Christmas and you're loving the oppressor and you're living in their ways. The Lord is going to destroy you suddenly, man. This is why we have the highest rate of AIDS, heart disease. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence, man. We die of heart disease because we eating their filthy, unclean foods. More black people had strokes around the holiday than any other season of the year. Why? Because we eating hog maws and chitlins, we smoking cigarettes. You understand? We smoking that weed that has been tampered with, different strains of it, pollinated. And then on top of that, they put fentanyl in it. Why you think you got to smoke all day? They just found the fentanyl in the weed 2 months ago. You got to smoke all day. Smoke weed all day, every 4 hours. That's a narcotic, bro. Read on, brother.
Deuteronomy 7 and 5. But thus shall ye deal with them. You shall destroy their altars.
Destroy their altars. This is what this is talking about. This is what we got to do. The Bible is saying to destroy their altars. What are their altars? Their culture. Their stuff. Destroy it out of your mind, man. We've known for a long time that Christ was not white. But we still have that disgusting picture up in our churches, in our homes. Everybody grandmother got a picture of that white Christ. On a what? Well, it's just a picture. No, it's your brainwashing. It is your goddamn Stockholm syndrome. Because in your mind, when you pray to God, you're praying to that white man. That's who you're praying to. That's who you asking for deliverance from, help from. You want to be saved by the very people who's destroying you. We got to think, man. It's saying to destroy those altars. To destroy that crap out of your mind. How do you destroy a lie? With the truth. You destroy the lie with the truth. That's what we're doing right now. You spit fire at the lie. And you beat it down and you destroy it. This is what we got to understand. That everything we've been taught has been twisted, tainted, and most of it is a lie. So now, what we got to do is be open to the truth. Destroy those lies with the truth. And it explains further. Go ahead.
And break down their images.
Break down their images. What are their images? That white Christ. The Jews are white. Charleston Heston playing. What was the modern day movie? Who played Moses? That cat. He played in Terminator 2. Whatever that cat name. But every time they make a biblical movie, it's always a white man. When we know who white people are, the Greeks and the Romans, we knew who they were in that particular land. And we knew they were the people who destroyed the Jews, who destroyed the Israelites, who the Israelites were constantly battling. The Israelites were constantly being oppressed by the Romans and the Greeks. I mean, the Romans is the Roman army, the goddamn red dragon. This is prophesied in Revelations. They murdered our Lord. They murdered Christ, tortured him. Christ knew who the devil was. That's why he told the Sadducees and Pharisees, you are of your father, the devil. Why? Because they were following the Roman Empire. They wanted the Roman Empire to be in charge so that they could eat from the crumbs of the table of the Roman Empire. Never mind what he was doing to their people. That every time you walk out your house, you got to see your people hanging up on stakes. Because that's what they were, hanging up like this, not like this, on stakes, rotten in the sun, like rotten meat. Same thing they did to us down south, man.
Right.
They hang us on trees, man, and leave us there for days, and leave us right in the tree. Children walk to school so they could see their mother face rotting and falling off, man. It was so traumatic for our people. We made songs about it, music about it. You ever heard of the song Strange Fruit? Go look that up online. Strange Fruit is the traumatic way we saw our own people decaying on trees. And we likened it to strange fruit. You know how an apple will be still on the tree and it'll be rotten and a worm is in it? That's how people was, man. Rotten worms crawling on their face, falling off. And they would dare you to take it down. You take it down, you be up there the next day. That's how they terrorized us, man. They did the same thing to Christ and the Israelites in biblical times. The same exact thing. Slew and hung them on trees. That's in the Bible. Read on, brother.
And cut down their groves.
Cut down their groves, man. Cut down their groves. Look. We ain't saying to do nothing violent. Nothing violent to white folk. Don't touch a hair on his blonde head. Don't do it. Don't touch a disgusting piece of lice that like to crawl in their hair. Don't touch none of the bugs that crawl on them. Don't do it. Don't even blow away the funk that come off of them. Don't do it. Don't hurt them in any way, brother. Since 1969, we have been non-violent because the Bible says be at peace with all men. So we at peace with all men. We will ourselves. And we do need our people to come together as a cohesive unit. Do you know what could be done if we would come together under the Lord? We'd be out of this. Look, when black folk, look, the roadmap is already laid for us, man. When we came together and started building, right? During the time of segregation, it was a Great Depression. The timing of this Great Depression was not lost on me when I did the research of the history. And it won't be lost on you if you do the proper research. It happened because our labor started being used for our benefit. We were segregated from these people. See, this is the thing. When we left slavery, the whole premise of us getting out of slavery is that we would die off, that we would be unable to compete with other races of people. When we would actually have to go and compete for food and resources with white folks, we wouldn't be able to, we would die off. We built cities all over America.
Right.
But we so afraid for America to fail. Don't you know when America fail, you get a come up?
Right.
We want our Section 8 and our little welfare money. They about to cut you off, Negro. They fitting to cut you off, and that's a good thing. Cause we gonna get right. We gonna get right. We gonna get hard. We ain't gonna have no choice but to come together. The Bible says there's gonna be a time when we can't even go in our streets. He gonna terrorize us that much. We ain't gonna have no choice. Just like he was terrorizing us back in the Jim Crow days, we didn't have a choice but to come together. And their society started to fail. They had soup kitchens all over the place. When we had the Patterson Car Company, we had markets and banks and airports that we owned and operated. They wouldn't give us the materials and the resources that we need, but we such a fundamentally resourceful people, man. That's what we don't know about ourselves. Because they've been teaching us since kindergarten that we drug dealers and kingpins and gangsters. Put a tear on your face. Somebody get murdered, a Negro show up at school with a fresh teardrop. The police asking who did the murder. They looking at everybody's face to see who got a fresh teardrop. We're not criminals. We're simple ass criminals, man. We're not even good criminals, man. I should tell you something. Salaki, we're not even good criminals. But we can be righteous men. We can be that. That we can do. I seen righteous men, man, rise to heights. I mean, goddamn. Oh, I'm gonna give you the floor in a second. Give me a time check.
7:48.
We just split it.
Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people.
Thou art an holy people. That's a separate people. The Lord called us holy from the beginning, meaning he separated us from other people. Isn't it something different about us? We move different. We talk different. We think different. Something about us, man. That swag. The way we cook. That's why they got us as entertainers, and we got such a artistry and coordination about us, man. Who wants to watch white folks play football and basketball? Nobody. Nobody, man. Not even them. They want to. It's no different than in the past, man. We think we made some revolutionary gains. No. Back on the plantation, this plantation had the Negro, his best fighter. That one had his Negro, the best fighter, and they two Negroes would fight. My Negro better than your Negro. Them two Negroes would fight. And they win, they'd give them a little outhouse in the back, and they got good food, and they could come in and eat with the master, just like they do today. You think those athletes are getting paid? They making millions, right? That's a lot of money, right? The owners are making billions. They live like emperors in the earth, man. They sail on yachts all day, play on their computer, make power moves all day, play on the stock market. Oh, I lost 3 million a day. Damn. Oh, I made 6 million a day on the stock market. What you make? We struggling to pay a light bill. Soon as that athlete get hurt, what happened? He's sidelined. He ain't making that money. We had our own Negro leagues, our own football leagues, baseball leagues. But of course, we gave those up to do what? To go back on the plantation and fight for white folks. That's what we did. That's basically what we did. Instead of looking for some social integration with the people who was murdering us and terrorizing us, we should have been getting more segregation from them. The only thing we should have been fighting for is a piece of the American pie. Where's our land? We're our 40 acres in the mule. Read on.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people.
To be a special people, man. A special people unto him. Meaning it's something real goddamn special about you, Negro. You know why? Because the Lord chose you. The Lord chose you. He calls you the salt of the earth. We are the salt in the earth. That's why we can make a song and sing a song that the whole goddamn world will listen to. We cock our hats to the side, the whole world cock their hats to the side. We say, yeah, I mean, the whole world say, yeah, I mean. You know what I'm saying? We get waves, we get twists. The whole damn world get waves and twists. It's Korean people, Chinese people getting waves and twists in their hand, man. That's goddamn ridiculous. Chinese people popping, locking, and all of that. Because we're special people, a flavorful people. That's in the Bible. Who else could be the Jews of the Bible? Who else? Who else would it be? Go ahead,
Above all people.
We supposed to be on top of all of these other people. Because that's the only way the world could work. Like white folks, they'll kill every animal on earth. You know how many animals have gone extinct because of these people? They right now, they'll go over to Africa and just kill lions indiscriminately. Why do you want to go kill a lion? And why do you want to do that? You're not eating it. Why do you want to do that? They killed every thylacine. A thylacine is what they used to call a Tasmanian tiger. It was a marsupial, like a kangaroo, but it was a carnivore, like a wolf. And it would hold its baby in a pouch. A absolutely unique and beautiful animal. Nothing like it in the world. White folks killed all of them. Why? Because they were killing some of their cattle, which is natural for an animal to do. Put up a fence, punk. They go and poison all of them. Kill one of their cows, poison it. They come and eat off of it, and all of them dead. They not only make animals extinct, like the dodo bird. It's been a whole bunch of animals in a rainforest that they've already made extinct. They make people extinct. Along with the thylacine, the Tasmanian what is it? Tasmanian wolf that they killed. They also killed all of the Tasmanian people. Tasmania was an island right off of the mainland of Australia. So this was a very dark-skinned, woolly-haired people, nothing to do with us. These were aboriginals of Australia, but on a little island that's a little bit away from Australia. White folks killed every one of them. Every one. Right. Dead. They made a people extinct. And you think your vote is going to change them? Good night, almighty. Oh boy, go ahead, brother.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people, man. The Lord made us to be above all people. Why? Because we are the only people with enough compassion. I mean, after so long of someone terrorizing and murdering you, we still will have compassion for them. We are the only people that could have enough compassion to bring about the spirit of the law that Christ was talking about. We got to bring back that natural affinity of love that we have for one another, man. Well, that is nothing we can't do. Christ was talking about the spirit of the law. You got to understand when when the harlot was sleeping with another man, and Christ said, whoever having committed a sin, throw the first stone. I'm paraphrasing. Nobody threw the stone, everybody dropped it. He didn't say not to throw the stone. He was trying to show you the spirit of the law, to have some compassion and some understanding for your sister. That's what he was trying to show. We're the only people that could have that kind of compassion, man. Give me a time check.
7:57.
All right. Go ahead, brother.
God, sir. Deuteronomy 7:7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number, than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people.
The fewest of all people. We're basically the youngest people on the earth that came together as a nation. The Lord took a long time to form a people that he called special, that he called the flavor in the earth. Look, all these things happen because we sin, brother. This is him molding us and forming us into something, man. But sometimes the only way people come together and love each other, it got to be under circumstances of tragedy and death. All right? It's not a good thing, but that's what it is. We got to understand our reality as black people. That's what it is. When is it going to stop? Never. It ain't going to never stop until you stop smoking cigarettes, until you stop sleeping with your brother's wife, until you stop lying, until you come together. Go ahead, brother.
Deuteronomy 7:8. But because the Lord loves you, and because he will keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand.
Look, the Lord keeps his oath. Keep his oath that he made. What is the oath that he made? He's talking about that covenant, the one that we broke, the one that we was weak enough to break. We were weak. He was a husband unto us, took care of us. We were weak. We were weak for the other nations. We wanted a snow bunny. We wanted the motor master's lawn, and to bathe him and to shave him and to love him. That's what we needed. That's what we wanted. We didn't want to serve the Lord and be kings. The Bible says, God, kings, and priests. We wanted to be servants.
Go ahead. Even when we first got out of Egypt, we wanted to go back just to eat. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just to eat, right?
Right. Just as profane as the oppressor. Want to stave off what little suffering and a little bit of suffering instead of riding or dying with the Lord. I'm going to ride or die with these brothers in here. I'm going to ride or die with God.
Right.
I am in love with God. Understand that, brother. Was there more on that, brother?
Sir.
Go ahead.
The rest of Deuteronomy 7 and 8. Hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house, of bondmen, mm-hmm. in the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Why did the Lord keep going back to Egypt? The Lord always goes back to Egypt. The reason why is that's when he showed his power. That's when he showed his power. Now, you got to look at Egypt just like the United States
Come.
of America. Because the Bible also makes contrast between Egypt and the United States. Egypt was a place of bondage, great evil. The Bible makes a connection with Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, and America. Sodom and Gomorrah is all the sin and the homosexuality that goes on. America is all of that in one. It's a criminal enterprise. A criminal enterprise that sucks up all the resources of all the other nations unfairly and unjustly. It sucks up everything. It sucks the life out of everything, even the earth. The earth is dying because there's a people in charge that shouldn't be in charge. They'll kill the animals. They'll destroy the atmosphere. That's why the Lord had us to be in charge. Because we are people of compassion. Give me a time check.
8:02.
All right, anything else on that? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the class over to Precinct Officer Alazar. And look, voting ain't gonna save you, Negro. Voting ain't gonna save you. Celebrating these holidays are in vain. What should we be doing? What's the solution? I just gave it to you. Deuteronomy 7 and 9. I just broke the whole damn thing down to you. That's what we do. All right? With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the class over to Precinct Officer Alazar. Look at that powerful cat, that powerful officer another hand, man. I want to get into tonight. I want to break down life and death. Understand? And it's it's a lot of different, well, it's two main deaths that we deal with according to the scripture. You got death, pretty much when your spirit goes back to the Most High, and then we also deal with death of us not keeping the laws, and we're dead to the Most High. You understand that we don't have that life that was given to Adam, that breath of life that we allow to be taken away from us by giving into the temptations, everything that we have dealing with the world. I want to break down. I want to get into let me get Romans 11 and 8. It just I want to knock this down. Let me get there with you one second. You want anything? Come on. Wow.
You ain't have to think.
Yeah, take the test. All right. Yeah. Let me get Romans 11 and 8. You got that from me?
Come, sir. Romans 11 and 8. As it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day.
You understand? But we're pretty much you being told in the scriptures that there are plenty of us. There's many of us that we've been given the spirit of slumber. You understand? Eyes that should not see and ears that should not hear. You understand? It's pretty much those that are outside of the truth that when you try to break down and give them any type of information from the scriptures, they don't get it. They're not hearing it. And the reason why they're not hearing it is because the Most High put the spirit of slumber on them. You understand? Their eyes do not see. They don't see it. You can show them a scripture. You can get that. You can show them. You can say, look, this is the precept. You understand? It goes just like they don't get it. They still don't. They still won't understand it because they don't. They have that spirit of slumber on them. Their eyes not gonna see it. Their ears not gonna hear it. You can tell them. You can say, hey, look, check this out. This right here don't make sense. And then you can even take them into history. Let's go into history. Let's get into the Google machines. Let's do all that. Let's show everybody. Let's show them. You know, man, what the oppressor had said about the things that coincide with the scriptures. And they don't get it. They don't want to hear it because they don't want to hear it because they have that spirit of slumber on them. They're not going to get it because the Most High, that's the way that it was set up. That's the way that it was set up. They're not going to get it. They're going to be that, like, and as long as they're not going, as long as they don't even try or put forth an effort, they're not going to understand. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta attempt to you gotta make an attempt to even try to understand. Like, at least try to be like, all right, you know what? Let me sit down. Let me open my heart up to what this brother is saying. You understand? But nobody wants to hear that. Especially when you've been indoctrinated. That's why that was a beautiful scripture Kawan broke out about altars. You understand? Destroying their graven images. Because as long as we have those graven images, we're gonna always believe what we're saying first, opposed to what makes sense. Like, nah, this is tradition. I've been taught this from my grandmother, from my great grandmother. They understand. They know. When you know, man, you've been taught things by people that probably couldn't even read. So they were just told. You're being taught things by people that were taught things by word of mouth. You understand? Go ahead. You got something?
Yes, sir. Not that I'm like deep into the meaning of it, but most people don't even know what Christmas is. I don't really know. But they celebrate Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, and they don't even know the meanings behind it. They celebrate it because they was brought up celebrating.
Exactly.
And that's the same thing.
Yeah, that is that tradition. Like, yeah, nobody really understands it. Nobody cares to think that it don't make sense that, you know what I mean, that there was a baby born in a shed in wintertime. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want my baby going out with a tank top. I don't even come to the door with a tank top on. He's gonna be born in a shed. You understand? Like it's that ignorance and that lack of knowledge that destroys us as a people. You understand? We're gonna drop that. Let me get Isaiah 28 and 9. You understand? Like, and it's so bad because like even before the truth, I watched a little Bible movie. It was like a little maybe like a 10-part show or something, and I know they broke that or they depicted King David when he betrayed his brother for what's the sister's name? That he wanted. I forgot his name, but when he did like this it just King David period, and it was a white dude, and like until this day I gotta create an image of a black man in my head because that white image is still in my head
all that time ago.
Exactly. Now years ago, and that's still that graven image is still in my head. That wicked lie that this is a white man. I can still see his face in my head, how he looked. So even sometimes when I go into thinking about or reading about King David, I gotta create a black man in my head.
Think about what
exactly.
you're reading in the scripture. So
just to make it make sense.
What you're reading in the scripture today as a man of truth and knowing, but you still gotta try to erase that.
Exactly.
Concept.
Right. And it's definitely a battle. You understand? But we gotta be able to be ready to take on that battle. You understand? Like you can't don't just give in. You know what I'm saying? Like we definitely have that slumber on it, that spirit, but we have to, you know what I'm saying, Go ahead.
You fighting that Stockholm, sir.
That's Stockholm, man. That's Stockholm Central, man. That's come. That's definitely, man. That's that right there. That's a whole class right there in itself.
Right.
The Stockholm, you know what the Stockholm Central is? It's so heavy. You understand, like that. You like when you really just live and accept the, you know what I mean, just like it's heavy, man. You know what? I don't even want to get into it. But yeah, let me get you got Isaiah 28 and 9.
Come on, sir. Isaiah 28 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Whom shall he teach knowledge?
You understand?
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from milk and drawn from the breasts.
You understand? And who should he teach knowledge? Who should be taught knowledge? You understand? Him that is drawn from the milk. You understand? I mean, sloppy. Him that is weaned from the milk. You understand? And drawn from the breast. Like you have to, in order for you to even be for you to attempt to even try to get these precepts, for you to try to get this knowledge, you gotta first be drawn from the milk. You gotta be weaned from the milk. You gotta get the milk scriptures. You can't just jump out there and this is a good, you know what I mean, good lesson for, you know what I mean, me as an officer. Like, you know what I mean, you gotta sometimes you gotta start all the way down. You gotta go all the way down to level 1. You know what I mean? And then you can't assume that somebody knows something already. Because if I jump in, like this class read, talking about, you know what I mean, the regeneration, this might go way over top of somebody's head if you never told them anything. Sure. Like, you know what I mean? They got to be able to, first you got to let them know, you know what I mean, that Christ is, you know what I mean, a black man. You understand? Like, that right there blows somebody's mind. You understand? Like, it's things that blow people's mind, but they got to have the milk scriptures. You understand? Like, but you got to be a teacher who will teach the milk before you try to jump out there and give them that meat. So you know what I mean? Read that back again.
Yes, sir. Isaiah 28 and 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from milk and drawn from the breasts.
You understand? So you know what I mean? You gotta, before you can get drawn from the breast, you gotta get the milk first. You understand? So you're gonna be all the way lost trying to keep up with the meat of the scriptures. You understand? Go ahead, let me keep going.
Deuteronomy. So Isaiah 28 and 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
You understand? So you gotta also be able to break it down like that. You know what I mean? Like precept upon precept. Here a line, there a line. You understand? You gotta be able to navigate through the scriptures and find out, you know what I mean, know that you'll go into Isaiah. And you might find a definition. I mean, you might find a better clarity in Revelation. You understand? Or even back in Genesis. You understand? Go ahead.
It's real quick. That's why a lot of heathens, I don't say just Edomites, but heathens can't understand it because they are reading scripture like that.
Oh yeah.
And it ain't made like that.
Oh yeah. Right. And that's the thing. Like, it's brothers that'll say, man, I know the Bible. Man, I read, you know what I mean, when I was locked up, I read that Bible front to back, cover to cover. There you go. I read that cover to cover, man. I know the scripture. You can't tell me that, man. I know the Bible. You understand? And that's your issue. You reading it like it's a damn one of them
novels.
There we go.
A novel.
I was trying to think of something a little wittier, but yeah, we can go with that. We can go with that. Say, you know what I mean? Same time. Like, yeah, that's the, you know what I mean? We gotta be like, when you're in the truth, to be able to teach that milk is a beautiful thing. You understand? Like, that's something. We go out there on the streets, we gotta give them that milk first. You understand? Like, we can't jump out there with just the, you know what I mean, get deep into the scriptures, because they be like, man, these brothers is crazy. What are they talking about? What did that even mean? You understand? But let me see. We can drop that. Let me get Matthew 13:10. Here a little bit. You got that? I knew you already had that shit. I should have said, go ahead and read. You find it. I got my digital sword right here. You got the book, got the paper. You don't play no games. All right, let me get that.
Sure. Matthew 13:10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Understand? These disciples trying to get some understanding. They want to know, you know what I mean? Why you keep talking in parables? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why you can't just tell us what it is? You understand? Go ahead.
13:11 of Matthew. He answered and said to them,
This is Christ. You know what I mean? Let me get that understanding. I'm talking about milk. Let me go ahead and let you know who's talking now. Yeah, this is the disciples asking Christ a question. Asking him, you understand? Why do you speak in parables? You understand? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? What is, why is it always got to be spoken to a parable? And then Christ answered him, and he said this.
Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
You understand? This is to them, like, this is given to you. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you are blessed to understand these scriptures. You understand? Like, you should know how much, like, you are chosen. Like, that's the beautiful thing. Like, to be chosen to understand these scriptures. Like, you don't know how blessed, like, we don't know how blessed we are sometimes. We feel like, all right, you know what I mean? I got this too. I understand that. You understand? We just feel like, I'm smart. I got y'all, you know what I mean? I ain't like everybody else. Nah, brother, like, you are blessed. It is a blessing to be able to understand these scriptures, to be able to go through this book of life. You understand? This is our book of life. You understand? Like you buy your kid, or you buy anything, any electronic or anything, it's gonna come with an instruction booklet. You understand? Like, and you gotta be able to, you know, all right, okay, I need this book. If you don't have the instruction, like if you don't have the instruction booklet, you're gonna be like, dang, I ain't got the book. I ain't about to start this stuff. I ain't about to do nothing because, you know what I mean, there's do's and don'ts in this. It's gonna tell you, hey, don't charge it up too long. You're gonna damage it. Make sure you charge it up this amount of time, you know what I'm saying, so you can make sure you turn it off around this time, do this, you know what I mean? It's so many instructions that are needed. This book is our instruction booklet. This is how we know what it is that we should and shouldn't do. This is how we know what we should and shouldn't eat. We can't just be living life like it's our life to live. You know, we were created as a holy people, as a special people. We can't live the way everybody else lives. You understand? Because at that point, we're not holy anymore. We just like everybody else. We're just Gentiles running around. You understand? Wanting to be heathens. You understand? Wanting to live their life, wanting to eat what they eat, wanting to do what they do. You understand? You ain't sign up.
Sir. That's how you break that gift that was given to you.
Exactly.
By not following instructions.
Mm-hmm. We've been breaking the law for centuries. You understand?
To this day, sir.
We didn't went into to this day. We didn't went into so many different slaveries, and we still in slavery now. We think because we never talked to somebody that was slaves around that time. We feel like in those times we feel like, all right, we're not slaves. We think that because we got some things that we can go out, we can take a cruise. We can stay at a nice spot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We feel like that we free. Man, no. You're a slave, man. We're slaves. As long as we don't have no money with our faces on it. We got money with slave owners on it. And we know they're slave owners. You understand? Like we got What else we got that showed, that proves that we're slaves? It's so much. You understand? We can't. We try to vote, just like come on, I'm saying we try to vote and think that means something, but it means nothing. You understand? We vote just so they can show that America still works. You understand? People still vote. They still with it. Like they don't like. There's nothing. It does nothing for us as black people. You understand? Only way you can get a come up in America is if you are what an American is, and that's homosexual. You can definitely get some votes if you're a homosexual. You understand? You can get some love. They got more rights than we got as black people. You understand? They get more love, more goddamn parades than we got. They got all types of parades, love, and everything. Right. You understand? Than black people. You understand? Go ahead,
Son, they got gays over, they got homosexuals over in Britain, I think, marrying animals now.
Marrying animals?
Animals.
Yeah. I gotta remember to look that up.
Hey, Salaki, you got a question.
Come on.
Question I see all the time. Should we teach the Gentiles?
Should we teach the Gentiles?
I got the definition of Gentiles for you.
Yeah, you know what? And I think we need that because a lot of times people they don't really want to understand or feel the definition of Gentiles. But you got the definition, sir?
I got the definition.
All right, let me get that first.
And Zondervan Bible Dictionary. The KJV translates the Hebrew word as Gentiles 30 times, people 11 times, heathens 142 times, and nation 373 times. Sometimes Goy, as in Gentiles, refers to Israel, and it gives you the specific scriptures. Genesis 12:2, Deuteronomy 32:28, Samuel 7:23, Isaiah 1:4, Zephaniah 2:3, translated nation or people.
Yeah.
Gentile sometimes means.
A Gentile is just somebody. It's Israel. It's us, but it's us that that act as a heathen acts. You understand? Like when you hear scriptures that pretty much tell us that go in and teach the Gentiles. That's where Christian churches will say that. You see that everybody was grafted into the promise because they feel like they feel like that everybody has got that promise and everybody can get it now because he said go teach the Gentiles. We should definitely teach the Gentiles. The Gentiles is who we definitely want to get more than anything. We need, that's who we want. I was a Gentile. You understand? You know what I mean? For the most part, most of us were Gentiles. And we came into the truth. You understand? So if we weren't taught, if the order wasn't given to teach the Gentiles, then where would we be at? You understand? In the world. You understand? On a corner somewhere, or dead, in jail, or something. You understand? Or still out here dirty whore, dirty drug dealers. You understand? We were just dead in the world. You understand? Go ahead. Did they get that, sir? They ain't sending that back.
Lie.
Let me go back. What was that?
Matthew 13 and 12.
12? Okay. All right, go ahead, make it that.
Matthew 13 and 12. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. I'm just talking about. For whosoever, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away he that hath.
You understand? Pretty much like he was saying, this, like I said, it is a blessing for us to be able to get this word. You understand?
Right.
And for you to have it is, you know what I mean, is a blessing. For you to be able to get this word and then give it back to our people. Like that right there, like that work in itself, man, is is a beautiful thing in the Lord's eyes. Because if we just get, it's like having knowledge and not giving it back to the people is pointless. It's almost like you don't even have a reason to have it. You understand? At that point, you're just a vessel, a selfish vessel of knowledge, and you're not giving anything to our people. But we could drop. Let me get Ecclesiastes 1:9.
One more question, Salakia.
So,
Joe Hitter, GAE Hitter, what is the ISUPK, and why not simply be known as Black Hebrew Israelites?
All right. The reason why we're not known as Black Hebrew Israelites because we're Israelites. You understand? Like for us to say black, that kind of like the only reason why is even you ever even hear anybody say anything like a Black Israelite. It's that identity that everybody identifies with. So you got, you know what I mean? So a lot of time we'll say, you might hear somebody or we might say Black Israelites. But the thing is, we're known as Israelites because we're the true Israelites. If we got to put a color on it, then it's like, okay, there's Israelites in the world, or there's Jews in the world, but then you also got Black Jews in the world. No, we're the Jews. We're, you know what I mean? We're Israel. We're the Israelites. This is the truth. This is the home of the truth. Period. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's referring to different groups, as in to say, what is the ISUPK, and why not simply be known as Black Hebrew Israelites as every other group is known?
Like everybody, like saying everybody else is known as Black Israelites.
Like every group is the same. Everybody, you know, that identifies as an Israelite is a Black Hebrew Israelite. I think that's what he's saying. I'm gonna ask him to clarify.
Right. Because even other groups, we're not affiliated with any of those groups. You understand? Like it's just us. This is the only home of the truth. So I'm saying, like, even those groups, I don't think they call themselves Black Israelites. But I mean, but who the hell cares? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, if they do, I don't know. But I don't think that there's too many called Black Israelites. They all just got their own names. You understand? And then people will say in those groups that they're Black Israelites. But ISUPK we're a school and we're the home of the truth. We're not affiliated with any other group, any other Israelite group. You understand? We don't mean, even in our disclaimer, it don't say we're not affiliated with any other Black Israelite group. We ain't affiliated with any of them.
If I could.
Go ahead,
If I could. The ISUPK is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. The truth started here in the ISUPK. Other groups of people calling themselves Black Israelites, they broke off from the ISUPK because they could not stop sinning. They could not be a brother to another brother. There are things that they wanted to do that was against the scriptures. So they broke off and they made other groups. We're not affiliated with any of these other groups because we can't assure and don't know what they're doing. There's other groups that murder. There's other groups that deal in rape, and there's other groups that deal in a lot of different sin. So we can't control or be sure of what these other groups are doing. We are the ISUPK. And we are directly under the law. We are the original school and the army of Christ.
Right.
We have the absolute truth here in the ISUPK. You understand? We don't identify or merge ourselves with any other group. All right, go ahead.
Watch. Let me get Ecclesiastes 1 and 9.
Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiasticus?
Ecclesiastes.
Come. Very rich.
Go ahead, I'm good.
Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
And a lot of people like to use this to say, you know what I mean, there's new things in the world. A lot of people, I mean, they'll like to say this, like, you know what I mean, the Jordans, they've been here before. Now you got the new Jordans, the retros, everything comes back. You know what I mean? The styles, you know what I'm saying? The 70s style, the 80s style, the 90s style. You understand? Like you know what I mean? These things come back. And everybody, you know what I mean? So that a lot of times people will use this scripture as that. You understand? I love to say that. The thing is, like, this scripture is talking about man. You understand? The thing that has been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. It's pretty much when we die. You understand? And we're gonna break into it. When we die, this is we come back, we regenerate the world, we repopulate the world. You understand? And it's just like a big circle. It's like it's like that, we say on Lion King, it's the circle of life, what he say? We return to the earth and all that, He went off a little bit. But for the most part, yeah, we become the dust again. But I don't want to jump too far ahead. I'm giving away too much of the scriptures. But let me get Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. No, we still in Ecclesiastes. I want to get that understanding that thing is man. You understand that is that, that it's not something else. You understand?
Come.
You good?
Come. Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. That which hath been named is that which hath been is named already.
You understand?
And is known that it is man.
And known that it is man. You understand? It is known that it is man. You understand? So we are the things that have been. You understand? And that will be here again. That is done. You understand? Like that's how we are recycled into the world. If you want to say that, we recycle. We come back. You understand? Go ahead. Let me chapter 12. You want to stay in Ecclesiastes? Chapter 12.
Come. The whole thing from the beginning.
Nah, Salaki. Sorry. Verse 7. Start 7.
Come, sir. Ecclesiastes 12 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was.
You understand? Turn to the dust as it was. You understand? Go ahead.
And the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
And the spirit shall return to God who saved. Who gave it. You understand? Like, so that spirit was given. It was given life, brought to down to earth. The Most High gave us that spirit, that life, and then when we die, we just return right back to the Most High. You understand? We sleep with the Father. You understand? Let me get Psalms 104 and 29. You good on that? Am I going too fast? You good?
Yeah. 29, sir?
Yeah, 104 and 29.
Come. Psalms 104 and 29. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath. They die and return to the dust.
Now, again, returning back to that dust again. Now, thou hidest thy face. This is the Most High hidest his face. You understand? They are trouble. You understand? We trouble. You know what I mean? The Most High take away our breath. You understand? We die and return back to the dust. You understand? This is pretty much that how that first part of that go. You understand? Go ahead. Let me get verse 30.
Psalms 104 and 30. Thou sendest forth, Salako, thou sendest forth thy spirit. They are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth.
Okay, so we die, we go back to the Most High. Most High turns his face. Yeah?
No. I would
Thou hidest thy face. It's the Most High hidest his face. Hidest his face. You know what I mean? Take away our breath. You understand? And we die. And we return to the dust. You understand? And then, it's like, you got to go ahead. Pretty much when we doing wrong, you understand, he pretty much turn his back on it, you understand? Like he don't always be there for us, but he's turning his back to where as though he don't want to, he's not, like he's done with us to a point.
And that is hot. I'm not understanding.
You said hot?
What is it saying? I don't understand. I couldn't understand the words.
All right, come.
104, Psalm 104 and 29. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath, they die and return to their dust.
Say it again.
Hide.
Oh, hide. Oh,
Hide.
Oh, you thought we were saying hot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, man.
No.
So,
Yeah. Thou hidest
hidest.
thy face.
Hide.
Okay. Okay.
You good? All right. Thy hidest. Right. Using subtitles. Hidest thy face. You understand? And we return to the dust. And then once again, let me get verse 30 again.
Psalm 104 and 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit. Which pretty much, he's going to send forth. He's sending your spirit back to the earth. You understand? You go there with the Most High when you die. You return to the dust. You understand? When you return to the dust here on earth, your spirit goes to the Most High. You understand? And then he's going to send you back to the earth. Go ahead.
They are created.
You understand? You're created. At that point, like you'll be created again. Come back as a baby, or you be formed into the stomach. You'll be a fetus. You understand? Go ahead.
And thou renewest the face of the earth.
And you renew the face of the earth. You understand? So you're brought back to the earth at that point. You understand? More on that. Let me get All right, let's go jump back to Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. This right here is going to pretty much try to get that understanding, because people feel like, all right, when you die, you're going to be in heaven. And you know what I mean, your loved ones gonna be looking over you. They're gonna either be disappointed or they're gonna be happy for the things that you're doing. You understand? In heaven with a bunch of angels, naked angels. Like, go ahead.
Naked white babies.
Naked white babies with the curly hair, blonde hairs, with the little wings. They all little fat babies. I don't even know how they even carrying them, fat, them heavy babies, sitting on clouds. You understand? You got something? All right. So, this is pretty much the give you that understanding right here. Go ahead,
Ecclesiastes 3 and 16.
Right.
And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
You understand? I saw under the sun the place of judgment, because it's taught that, or it's that understanding that you go to the pearly gates
and you wait in line, and then you know what I mean, you get told, all right, it's your turn, and then they open up the book, and it's like, all right, this is what you did. All right, you go to that door, and you can go to that door. You understand? You understand? With Beyonce and Jay-Z say, if we die and I go to hell, meet me in hell with some, what do you say, with a swisher or something like that, or something like that. Something like that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sneak out of heaven and meet me in hell. You understand? Go ahead. You had something? You want to say something about? All right.
I'm saying,
Go ahead.
it's more of a question.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying under the sun, I mean here.
Right, under the sun, because this is on earth is the only place under the sun. You understand? So you'll get your judgment here under the sun, and it's gonna get a little even more. You had a question?
I was just gonna say, meaning like here, because we're under the sun, but heaven is thought to be.
Thought to be, exactly.
Sorry.
It's not like there's heavenly state. You understand? That disguises the heaven. You know what I'm saying? But no, the heaven where the Most High's throne is. You understand? That's not on earth, or you know what I mean, ain't in space, none of that. But go ahead. Matter of fact, started from the top.
Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
That wickedness was there.
That wickedness was there. You understand? So you mean to tell me that there's wickedness in heaven? So if you die and you're in heaven waiting in line for your judgment, you're going to see wickedness there. You understand? This is heaven. This is supposed to be, you know what I mean, the damn, not the pearly gates, but just this is the spot where all good is happening. Where it ain't nothing but good. It's just all beautifulness. You understand? It's white. You got your white suit on. Why everybody always got a white suit on? Why is there always a white suit? You understand? Like, you know what I mean? You just want to show, like, they just want to show that purpose. But it's supposed to be a beautiful place. You understand? But why is there wickedness there? If this scripture, if the Bible is talking about this is heaven, then why is there wickedness there? Go ahead.
And the place of righteousness.
And the place of righteousness. So it's even more wicked that in heaven it would be the righteous and the wicked there. They right there and they're side by side. You understand?
Sure.
Go ahead.
That iniquity was there.
And iniquity was there. So it's like, all right, so pretty much they're not saying, even if you had the belief that, all right, they just in line next to each other. That's all. It's just the wicked and the righteous. But there's iniquity happening there. You understand? Like there's wickedness happening there. It's not that there's wicked people there. There's iniquity happening there. So that just lets you know that this judgment that you'll be receiving is going to be on earth. You understand? You'll get your righteousness on earth. So when you die, don't think that, all right, you know what I mean, there's a time where you're gonna be sitting there and Most High be like, yo, yeah, you ain't been nothing your whole life. I'm done with you. Go ahead down to hell. Nah, you know what I mean, where you gonna meet the devil, this red dude, who's going with the pitchfork, with the tail, or however he might be depicted, you know what I mean? Like that's just not biblically right. Let me see. In fact, we can drop that. Let me get John 9:1. John 9:1. Give me a second to get there, huh? I know you were already there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is pretty much another regeneration precept.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Let me get that out.
Oh, sorry. John 9:1. And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth.
Now this man was blind from birth. You understand? So when he first was born, he didn't see anything. He was blind. He was blind from birth. You understand? Go ahead.
9 and 2 of John. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
You understand? So they pretty much, so this is them already understanding about regeneration. This is them asking the question. Like, why is he blind from birth? Like, what did he do to deserve to be born blind? You understand? Go ahead.
Real quick. They also asked him or his parents, showing that your children
Right, exactly.
can get not tortured. Your children can get harmed from your sins.
Oh yeah. We're gonna jump into that. If we got time, 8:46. We got time. We're gonna jump into that. We're gonna definitely do that. Go ahead. So, and this is pretty much Yahushua answering them. Go ahead.
John 9 and 3. Jesus answered, neither has this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him.
You understand? Y'all understand that? You understand that? Pretty much it's him answering them and letting them know, like, nah, neither one of them did wrong. This man was, you know what I mean? This man he's made an example. He was made so that I can show, you know what I'm saying, the glory of the Most High. I can give this man sight. You understand? I just wanted to jump into that to pretty much give that understanding that the disciples in the scriptures knew about regeneration. You understand? Or what everybody might understand as reincarnation. You understand? Let me get Exodus 34 and 6. You're gonna jump right into what you was talking about.
34 and 6.
Come.
You ready?
Come. You good.
Exodus 34 and 6. And the Lord passed by before him and proclaimed, the Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abundant in goodness and truth.
You understand? Long-suffering. The Most High is long-suffering. You understand? And right up Christian's alley, merciful and glorious. You understand? You know, man, everybody, they all say that. He's merciful and glorious. He's long-suffering. You understand? And abundance and goodness and truth. So you know what I mean? It's gonna be a while. Like he's long-suffering. You might be thinking that, yo, I got away with that. You understand? You know what I mean? Or even if there's things that, you know what I mean, that you done in the past life. You know what I mean? Your spirit might feel like, you know what I mean, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going.
Exodus 34 and 7. Keeping mercy for thousands.
Keeping mercy for thousands. You understand? He got mercy for us, man. We definitely got mercy. Because we ain't, like I said, we ain't been obedient for such damn near, man. I don't even want to get into it. Go ahead.
Forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, that will by no means, clear the guilty.
By no means will it clear the guilty. You understand? You ain't cleared. You might be all right. You might, you know what I mean, don't just get the punishment that you deserve. You know what I mean? But you ain't cleared. You might not get it right now. You might not get it 15 years. You might even get it not get it this lifetime. You understand? But you gonna get it. You understand? There's people like, a lot of times people be like, you know what I mean, why did that baby have to be born like that? You know what I mean, with a birth defect. Or, you know what I mean, why is the things happening to this person like that? Because now you're getting your punishment. Now you're getting your judgment. You understand? Go ahead.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children.
Come on now. Let me get that right back. Go ahead, throw that back. Say it again.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children.
Go ahead.
And upon the children's children.
Right. Come on now, and go ahead.
And the third and to the fourth generation.
Third and the fourth generation, man. So that means if you a dirty sinner, You understand? You're putting your grandchildren in jeopardy. You understand? You know what I mean? Your great grands. You understand? You're putting them in jeopardy because of the iniquity of what you've done, like your life that you're living. And what's even more heavy about that is, all right, you thinking, so even if you selfish and you feel like, man, look, check this out, I ain't worried about the little niggas. Like they be all right. I ain't gotta live with them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get this money. I want to get my life right. Hey, who said that? Mike F said that. He said, I want to get my life right, but I want to get my life right with God, but I gotta get this money first. If that's your way of thinking, if that's your mindset, you gotta understand that you might think that you just hurting your great grands. But the thing is, the reason why it's so hard because you might be that great grandchild. You understand? You might come back as that. You understand? So and then you ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself. Because once you die, I don't think most high, like it's no telling how long it's gonna hold on to your spirit, but you can go right back. You understand? And your daughter might get pregnant, or your granddaughter might get pregnant right when you die. People always, you know what I mean? It's one of the things, like that's a part of life. Something has to die in order for something to live. You understand? Animals gotta die for us to live, get protein, you know what I mean? Like there's things that gotta die. When the potato, you know what I mean, is you got that little nasty looking part of it is like bubble up on the top of it. It's like it's dying, but that part is giving life. You understand? Like there's things that die in order for things to live. And we're one of those things. We're not an exception to that. We're one of those things. You understand? Go ahead.
That's a lot. So when we do something wicked, you ain't even thinking about it. You don't know it's gonna come back on you.
Exactly.
It's gonna come back.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah. You might. There's a chance that you might. Your husband might have died. You might be just the only one left. And you know, man, y'all two been wicked for so long. It's just y'all two left. But y'all that had grandkids, and then now you a wonderful grandmother. But then your grandchild got to be born with a defect, or it might be going through so much like just pain and everything. You understand? Got all types of defects, but just you know what I mean, like that, or their life is just damn near hell. You understand? But the reason is because your husband and you had a wicked ass life, and y'all thought y'all got away with it. Go ahead.
Son, you gotta sit there and watch that stuff right before you go out. Damn.
Right.
The hell?
Exactly.
The hell?
Man, ain't never lied, man. We gonna let me drop that though. Let me get it's 34. Let me get Matthew 19:27. 8:54. Try to run through them. Try to.
So 1927, 1804.
19:27. This New Testament right here. We didn't jump into the New Testament a few times. But I know how, you know what I mean, I know how Christians are. Like, that's in the Old Testament, man. You need to step into the future, brother. I'm ready when you got it.
Matthew 19:27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee.
You understand? This is Peter asking Yahushua. He pretty much coming up to him like, you know what I mean, like, bro, please, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, King. You know what I mean, like, I need you to help me out. Good.
What shall we have therefore?
You understand? What should we? You know what I mean? Like we followed you. You know what I mean? We followed you. Like so. Like what do we have there for? Like what is it all for? Like we've been following you for. You know what I mean? We got your back. You understand? You came to like Most High came. I mean, Christ came to them and told them, he pretty much went on their job and said, look,
Yeah.
quit
Come.
and ride with me. I need y'all to ride with me.
Come.
And guess what they said to him? I don't want to come. You understand? We got you. You understand? And roll with them. Go ahead, out. You know?
Can I see my mother and father one more time?
When they clean and slim. Yeah. Nah, you can't. You got to roll.
Yeah,
You
that's
understand?
it.
Go ahead.
Cut. Matthew 19 and 29. And
Nah, 28.
28. Yes, sir. Sorry. And Jesus said unto them, verily I say unto you.
Verily, this is truth. You know what I mean? Like, showing up. This is fact. Go ahead.
That ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Come on now. That's what it's all for. You understand? When you know what I mean? In the regeneration, you pretty much tell them, like, look, you might not get it now. You might be still broke. You might still ain't got everything that you want. You might see people living lavishly. You know what I mean? You might gotta go to camp every Saturday. You understand? You might gotta, sometimes you can't spend time with your family like you want to. You understand? It might be times that you gotta tell your rib, damn, man, I got counselors, like, I can't. You know what I mean? I know we had plans. He just sprung it on me. You understand? You might gotta go through that. But he told them, man, when he get his throne, y'all gonna sit on the throne. You understand? Upon the 12 thrones, you understand? Judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Whereas though we're not just gonna be some dudes inside of, we're not gonna be citizens. You understand? We're not just gonna be citizens that's walking around. We're gonna have power. Go ahead.
So does that mean that the same disciples will end up being the ones there?
Gone. That's come. That's the same brothers that roll with Yahushua are still rolling with Yahushua.
Right.
To this day. Go ahead.
19 and 29 of Matthew. And everyone that hath forsaken houses.
If you forsaken your houses, like brothers got houses, you know what I'm saying? You forsaken your houses, go ahead.
Or brethren.
Your brother, you want to spend time with your brother. You want to, you know what I mean? Your brother say, yo, come on over here and watch the game with me, yo. Or come on over here and do this. You understand? Come on, Let me try. I heard run through that real quick.
Or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life.
You understand? And this right here, like, if you forsake all of those things in my name, I got you. This is what I'm saying. I got you, man. You understand? With that, you're going to pass the class over to Officer Kawan. You understand? Officer 10,000. I ain't get no extra rent. So I get 5,000. Man, somebody will call you up one day like, you 10,000, man. We need you to do more.
That's what's up. That officer a hand, man. That's what we got now, man. That's what's up. All right, security announcements. We are the Isupkbmore out of 1 West, 125th Street out of New York, under commanding General Hunter. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits. For 6 months, they are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'asharah. 10% of every penny, of every increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund, Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, upcoming holy congregation. So we got the Passover coming up. It's $100 for every person. Kids are free. Look, this is going to be absolutely dynamic because this is the first time that the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge has sold out a whole goddamn stadium, man. We got black people coming from every corner of the earth. This is the scriptures coming to pass, coming from France, coming from Russia, coming from Jamaica, coming from Australia, coming from every goddamn where in America, man. We coming from everywhere. And look, we gonna be eating clean foods. We gonna be worshiping the Most High. And what's more important, we gonna love each other, man. Hispanics, Native Indians, Negroes, we gonna come together with the type of love that hasn't been seen on the earth for centuries, man. We gonna get it in, brother. And look, send your money to that Passover, man. Send that $100 now. Commanding General Yohana needs that money to go ahead and secure that stadium, man. Send your goddamn money, man. Stop being selfish, man. Stop being, I got my own going on. I'm doing my own thing. I got my own spirituality. We got to come together in the cohesiveness of our race. That's what the hell you got to do, man. Don't be a selfish piece of garbage, man. Hey, Salakia, you know, I'm forward. But I love black people, and I got to tell you the truth. Salakia, I got to tell you the truth. Everybody lying to you. Trump lied to you. Obama lied to you. Everybody lied to you. We got nothing off of none of these jokers, man. We need somebody who's not going to lie to us. We need a revolutionary. That's Commanding General Yohana, man. Remind Akia and Akwakia to check on social media such as Isupkbmore.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for Isupk events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, let's get a courtesy salute for the teacher. Turn to the teacher. Men of Israel, you can have a seat, sis. Men of Israel, Imagium Shabbat, Imagium Brak. Psalm. Turn to the sister. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Imagium Shabbat. Mercy. Brak. Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh. Shema. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. Matah. Dismissed.